Hello and welcome. My name is Martin and I make weekly videos to help you become a better English teacher. So if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for weekly videos to help you become an excellent EFL teacher. When teaching online, it's very difficult to replicate the physical classroom. For example, classroom management, responding to visual cues from the students, as well as incorporating classroom games. In today's video, I shall be sharing with you 5 games you can use with your online English classes. Let's get started. This is a popular game that I've used time and time again, either to review vocabulary at the beginning of the lesson or at the end of the lesson. For this activity, you need to create a PowerPoint with 5 or 6 words on each page, but make sure you make between 5 to 8 pages in PowerPoint. You share your PowerPoint page to the students, and much like the physical version, you get students to discuss in groups or pairs the odd word out. Keep a note of scores for each group or pair, and the winning group are those that get the most amount of oddly correct guessed words. This has been a popular game for classes all around the world. In the original game, you show 10 to 12 words on the whiteboard, or you have a range of props at the front of the classroom. You get students to turn around or put their heads down on their desk, and you remove one word or one prop. Students have to guess the missing word or the prop that's been removed. With the online version, you create a PowerPoint page with a range of words or images on one page. Next, you duplicate the PowerPoint page and then you remove one word or one image. You continue duplicating the pages and removing one word at a time or removing one image at a time until there's nothing left. You need to make sure that you prepare for this before the lesson. And next, you share your PowerPoint to the students. Once you're sharing your page, you turn off screen sharing, you go to the next page in your PowerPoint, and then you share that screen. Students can be placed in small groups or pairs, and they have to try and guess the missing word or the image that's been removed. Students can share their ideas through the comments box, whatever tool you're using, whether it's Zoom or Skype. It's a wonderful game to try and review vocabulary and to get students describing words. I've used this popular game many times before in a physical classroom. However, this requires a bit of preparation on your part to prepare for an online environment. Prior to starting the online class, make a list of your students and then add a noun next to each student. The best nouns for this can be places, names of famous people or objects. Tell students that you'll be sending a message privately to each student and that they should not disclose this word to each other. Send the word to the first student that you choose, and then tell the other students that they must ask that particular student questions. Tell the other students that they can only ask closed questions such as do you, are you, or have you. And the student with the privately disclosed word can only answer yes or no. It's probably best to try and demonstrate this activity. Make sure you mute all the students in the lesson and you nominate which student to ask the question and unmute them when required. The students only have an opportunity to ask 20 questions until they discover the secret word. For alphabet lists in a physical classroom, you get students into 2 groups. Each group line up facing the whiteboard in 2 different rows. You give the same topic to each group of students, and they must write down their ideas in alphabetical order. Say you have a topic such as fruit. The first person at the whiteboard writes down their first word, such as apple, then the next word, banana, then cherry, etc. You can duplicate this activity in an online environment. In an online environment, you need to create 2 Google documents, one for each team. Share the corresponding link to each corresponding group, but make sure they have privileges to be able to edit the document. Tell each group that you're going to be sharing with them a particular topic and that they have to complete the task by writing corresponding words in alphabetical order on the Google document. Give each group between 2 and 3 minutes to complete the task. After 2 or 3 minutes, you check as a class which group has written out the most amount of words in alphabetical order, and the group that has written out the most amount of words are the winners. This is a great task to get students communicating and describing words as a class. In a physical classroom, students have to describe a word, but they're unable to use particular words to describe that word. For example, the word could be winter, and taboo words, those words that the student can't use, could include snow, cold, or season. It can be quite a fun activity, especially in a physical classroom, but you can also replicate this with an online class. In an online environment, you need to prepare a list of keywords that you want students to review and describe, and at least 3 taboo words for each keyword. Ideally, create 1 keyword for each student, and then share that particular word and the corresponding taboo words per student. They must then describe their word without using the taboo words to the other classmates in the online environment. And those students that are listening to the description can start to suggest what they think that particular word is in the chat box. This activity is a wonderful opportunity for students to review vocabulary either at the beginning of the lesson from the previous class, or at the end of the lesson where you review the vocabulary from that particular lesson. If you liked today's video, go ahead and hit that like button, and also let me know in the comments your favourite activity. That's it for today, and you can find me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. If you want to discover more engaging activities that you can incorporate with either your face-to-face or online classes, then go ahead and visit the ELT Experiences website linked below. Other than that, I shall see you every Wednesday and Saturday at 1 PM UK time. Take care and happy teaching. Bye bye.